So how do you prevent screwworms and botflies from laying their eggs in your sheep without using any chemicals? The screwworm is a flesh-eating maggot that comes from a type of botfly that's mostly found in South America and Central America. And they found a few of these flies in Texas recently. These flies mostly lay their eggs in fresh wounds or other injuries that the animal has. And not surprisingly, most of these wounds are actually caused by the farmer itself by castrating, dehorning, or taking off the tails, or they get caught up in barbed wire or flea bites. And these flies can lay their maggots in newborn animals. I lost a bunch of puppies one year because of the flies, these bot flies. They weren't screwworms, but they were bot flies, and they laid their eggs in the puppies and killed them that way. It was horrible. So what's the best way to prevent screwworms from attacking your sheep? Well, first of all, you don't cut on them. You don't cut their tails off to dock them. You don't castrate them, and so you don't leave an open wound on them where they can be attacked by these screwworms. Cutting their tails off is something you do with wool sheep. Now, wool sheep will accumulate feces on their wool on their backside, and this will create a condition called fly strike, which will attract flies and cause them to lay eggs in it. While these hair sheep, like the St. Croix, they won't have that problem. They've got clear tails. You can see they're all looking perfect out there. So if you're raising wool sheep, you've got to cut off their tails or dock their tails. And this also opens up a wound where the screwworm can come in, where the tail's been docked until it heals up completely. So you're much better off with raising hair sheep. The other way to avoid having screwworms attack newborns is to lamb in the winter. Now, these are just born right there on the snow, and we had absolutely no problem. Now, I've been raising sheep for 17 years now, 17 winters I've gone through, and only 2 winters have I ever lost any sheep because of the weather. They do fine in the winter, right here in Tennessee anyway. And there's absolutely no bacteria in the winter. There's no screwworms. There's no coccidia. There's no nematodes. There's no gastrointestinal infections that can get to them. They don't have to worry about worms before they get ready to handle that. So they need about 8 weeks to really get their defenses up. And by lambing in winter, you come out way ahead. And I don't lose that many. I lost a few this last year because of the ice storm we had, but I lost some ewes too that also happened from that. But lambing in winter is what nature normally does with sheep. They are dependent on the light photo period, and the length of the day. When it starts to shorten in July, that triggers the mamas to go into estrus, and from that we have the lambs are born in like December and January, which is the most advantageous time for sheep to be born. So to defeat screwworms and botflies from laying their eggs into your animals, don't leave any kind of open wound. Don't castrate them, especially in times when the flies are present. And don't let them lamb during the summer when the flies can attack the newborns. The other thing to realize is that the screwworm has really been eradicated in the United States and really all of Central America. It pops up every now and then. It's more of a South American phenomena. And the screwworm has been eradicated from the southeastern United States since the 1950s, the rest of America since about the 1980s. And through most of Mexico, it's also been eradicated. It just pops up every now and then. So if you're seeing these worms, you're really seeing something else. What you're seeing is really called a botfly. It comes through and it can colonize any kind of a wound and lay its eggs in there just like the screwworm does, and can do quite a bit of damage as well. It's also closely related to this warble fly, which can lay eggs in sheep and horses and goats and even humans. And so they can colonize all that. This fly is found in every continent of the northern hemisphere, so that's probably what you're seeing. Now here's where this warble fly has colonized a dog. It's put its is put a maggot inside this dog, and there's like a little hole there, and you can kill that larvae in one of two ways. Now that hole is actually a breathing tube for the maggot, and if you obstruct that, you're going to kill the maggot. One way to obstruct the breathing hole is to fill it with Vaseline and keep it covered with some type of bandage. Another way would be to use wound spray, which has pymethrin in it, and you just want to be compassionate to the animal. I know sometimes you want to be chemical free, but honestly, to see any kind of animal have to suffer, it just isn't worth it. But better than treating these botflies infestation is to make sure they never get started in the first place. And the number one way to do that is to leave your sheep alone. Just leave them alone. They don't need to be cut on. They will breed naturally in the winter. And if it weren't true that leaving them alone didn't work, the botflies will kill all the animals in the world. They only kill the ones that are stressed or at risk some way. And humans are the ones that are actually putting their own animals at risk. You just need to look at the overall method that you're using. Well, thanks, and I hope you appreciate the video.